Have you ever wondered why those who play nice are stepped on, while the cold and calculated rise to the top? Why fear seems to dominate respect, and how the world bows to those unafraid? Today, we expose the brutal truth: you fear others, and that fear keeps you powerless. But what if you could kill that fear and become the one who is feared instead? To understand fear is to understand control. Not the control you exert over others, but the control others exert over you, silently, invisibly, and without mercy. Fear is not just an emotion. It is a chain. It wraps around your decisions, your voice, your instincts, and your actions. When you fear someone, you give them authority over you without them ever needing to lift a finger. They live rent-free in your mind. You begin to tailor your choices, your words, even your silence, around their presence. This is not power. It is servitude. The one who fears is already conquered. The battlefield doesn't need to be fought if one side has already surrendered mentally. Before swords are drawn, before words are spoken, before power plays begin, the one who fears has already begun to shrink. And here lies the tragedy. He may still look strong. He may still act tough. He may still speak with confidence. But his fear bleeds through in hesitation, in the way he pauses before speaking. In this way, he avoids confrontation. In this way, he seeks approval and permits others to decide his fate. Those who operate without fear possess a terrifying advantage. Not because they are reckless, but because their mind is unshackled. Fear clouds perception. It distorts threats. It exaggerates consequences. When you fear others, you elevate them to gods while reducing yourself to a subject. You begin to believe they know more, can do more, are more. And slowly, you forget that they, too, are fallible, mortal, insecure, and often driven by their own fears. The illusion of their superiority is built inside your own mind. You serve it. You protect it. You obey it. To live in fear of others is to never truly live for yourself. Every decision is filtered through their potential reaction. You say less than you mean. You act smaller than you are. You water yourself down, hoping to offend no one, to trigger no wrath, to escape unnoticed. But the world does not reward invisibility. It punishes it. And those you fear, they see it. They smell it. Just as animals detect weakness in the herd, people instinctively detect fear, and they press on it. They manipulate it. They use it. They exploit the one who dares not speak his mind, who backs down when challenged, who says yes when he wants to say no. Fear turns you into prey. The eyes you look into are not always your enemies, but when you approach them with trembling deference, you invite dominance. You invite control. You've already agreed to a hierarchy, and you placed yourself beneath them. The problem isn't them, it's your internal submission. Even worse, fear is contagious. The more you display it, the more it spreads. Others begin to treat you as someone whose boundaries are flexible, whose convictions can be bent, whose time can be stolen. You train the world how to treat you by what you tolerate, and fear makes you tolerate far too much. You let insults slide. You let lies pass. You allow betrayal, all because you don't want conflict. But conflict is the fire in which power is forged. If you fear it, you will never possess it. The irony is that most of those you fear are no stronger than you. What separates them is not strength, but boldness. They have trained themselves not to fear the backlash, the opinion, the threat of being disliked. And in doing so, they have trained others to respect them. You, on the other hand, train others to test you. And the more you back away, the more they close in. Fear does not protect you. It exposes you. It tells others exactly where to strike. It is the weak point in your armor, the tremble in your voice, the hesitation in your step. Once revealed, it invites attack, not compassion. The world is not built to spare the fearful. It rewards the one who moves forward even when others say, "You shouldn't." It bows to those who do not bow first. The world is not governed by fairness. It is governed by force, calculated, strategic, and often merciless. Those who still believe that righteousness is the key to power are living in a dream designed to keep them docile. The righteous man seeks justice, plays fair, and obeys the rules he did not create. The ruthless man rewrites the rules to serve his will. Power is not a reward for moral virtue. It is a consequence of strategic aggression. It is taken by those who dare to seize it, not those who wait to be recognized for their goodness. The fantasy that the pure will inherit power is a dangerous illusion. The righteous man waits for permission. He asks, he hopes. He believes that if he does everything correctly, the world will eventually notice his worth. But the world is deaf to quiet goodness. It does not notice restraint. It does not applaud patience. Power has no natural affinity for morality. It is immoral, neither good nor evil. It gravitates toward those who are willing to pursue it with clarity, without guilt, without the weight of conscience slowing their hand. To be ruthless is not to be mindlessly cruel. It is to be efficient. It is to do what needs to be done without hesitation, especially when others lack the stomach for it. The ruthless act while the righteous reflect. The ruthless strike while the righteous deliberate. And in that pause, in that moral hesitation, the opportunity vanishes, claimed by someone who did not care to ask if it was right. In the realm of power, hesitation is a disease. It infects ambition and paralyzes will. The ruthless are immune to it. They move through the world like predators, aware, deliberate, and unburdened by the fear of being judged. Morality is often a disguise, worn by the weak to pretend they have chosen restraint, when in truth, they fear consequence. But those who understand power know that morality can be useful, but only when it serves a purpose. When it protects your image, it is a tool. When it weakens your hand, it is discarded. The righteous cling to it no matter the cost. The ruthless wield it like a sword when needed and drop it without ceremony when it no longer serves. That is why they win. There is a cruel paradox at the heart of all this. People admire righteousness, but follow ruthlessness. They praise the noble, but they obey the strong. They cheer for the underdog, but they kneel to the victor. And so, the one who seeks power must understand the truth behind the mask of society. What people claim to value and what they actually submit to are rarely the same. The man who clings to virtue will always be outpaced by the one who values outcome above optics. Those who rise are those who can act decisively without flinching, not because they lack empathy, but because they understand the weight of influence. They know that hard decisions build empires and softness invites collapse. The ruthless do not cry over the necessary. They do not apologize for their advantages. They do not shrink from ambition. Every move they make is deliberate. Every word is calculated. Every alliance forged to serve a larger purpose. The righteous man is burdened by the need to be seen as good. The ruthless man is only concerned with being effective. He will be hated, envied, misunderstood, and he does not care, because those who matter will fear crossing him, and those who follow will feel safer under his rule. Power demands this. It does not emerge from purity. It emerges from action, from the willingness to say what others only think, from the audacity to do what others would never consider, from the refusal to kneel to the gods of comfort, consensus, and approval. Ruthlessness is not about destruction for its own sake. It is about clarity of purpose. It is about knowing exactly what you want, understanding exactly what stands in your way, and being prepared to remove it without flinching. The path to power is soaked not in prayers and good intentions, but in precision, silence, and decisive motion. Those who hesitate to offend are often crushed by those who never asked for permission in the first place. Kindness is a virtue, but in the world of power, it is often misread as weakness. Those who lead with compassion, who give without caution, and who extend mercy without judgment often find themselves consumed by those they tried to protect. In the brutal mechanics of influence, strength is the only language understood by both allies and enemies. To be kind without strength is to open the gates to betrayal. To be strong without kindness may invite fear. but fear keeps order. Fear ensures that respect is never confused with pity. Enemies do not respect the one who always forgives. They exploit him. They test his limits until there are none left. Every concession made in the name of peace becomes a message: you can be pushed. Every soft response to aggression tells them they have room to advance. You may call it diplomacy, you may call it decency, but to the calculating eye, it is weakness dressed in noble robes. The predator does not honor the gentle deer. It simply stalks it more efficiently. When people believe you will not retaliate, they are more likely to strike. They will take more, demand more, disrespect more, because they know the consequences are negligible. You have made it safe for them to harm you. This is the cost of unguarded kindness. It does not neutralize enemies. It energizes them. It gives them confidence. It tells them they have power over you, not because they earned it, but because you gave it freely in your desire to appear good. True strength is not about shouting or domination. It is the quiet, immovable posture of someone who will not be disrespected, who will not tolerate repeated offenses, who will act with precision when lines are crossed. This strength breeds respect, and that respect is the foundation of any true peace, because peace built on fear of consequence is real. Peace built on your kindness alone is temporary and fragile. There is a critical misunderstanding among those who believe that kindness should be unconditional. They forget that the world does not reward purity, it rewards clarity. The clearest message you can give to any potential enemy is this: I am fair, but I am not soft. I am reasonable, but I am not forgiving to those who test me. I give, but I do not tolerate being taken from. Without that message, without that boundary, your kindness becomes a currency that others will spend freely, without gratitude. And this extends beyond enemies. Even those closest to you will observe how you handle disrespect. If you turn the other cheek too often, even friends begin to take liberties. The erosion is subtle. Small favors taken for granted, slight insults passed as jokes, decisions made without your input. Not because they hate you, but because they sense that you will never push back. Without knowing it, you are training everyone around you to view your kindness as a resource, not a stance of strength. The irony is that those who are feared are often more respected, even more loved, than those who are simply kind. People trust the strong because they know where they stand. They know the boundaries are real. They know the person behind the power is not trying to manipulate through flattery or approval seeking. Strength creates clarity, and in a world ruled by uncertainty, clarity is comfort. Enemies do not respect emotional appeals. They respect control. They do not fear your tears or your words. They fear the thought that you might not respond with emotion at all, but with action. That you might strike where they least expect it. That you might remember their offense long after they thought it was forgotten. And that when the moment comes, you will not hesitate. Kindness that is not backed by the capacity for cruelty is ignored. It becomes a mere gesture, safe, ineffective, and easily discarded. The lion can afford to be gentle only because he can be deadly. It is his potential for violence that gives his restraint meaning. Without that potential, gentleness is not virtue, it is submission. Those who wield strength and choose to show mercy are respected. Those who show mercy because they cannot do otherwise are discarded. In the end, it is not your kindness they remember. It is how you responded when they tested your limits. Did you fold, or did you draw the line so sharp it cut them to the core? Enemies do not admire your good heart. They observe your spine. They calculate your tolerance. They test your silence. And when they find no resistance, they press forward without remorse. Before you can refuse to fear others, you must conquer the root of all fear, yourself. The man who fears no one is not reckless, nor is he blind to danger. He is deeply aware of the risks around him, but more importantly, he has subdued the chaos within. The most dangerous enemies are not external, they are internal. Pride, insecurity, anger, desperation. These are the voices that make a man weak. They lead him to overact, to lash out, to crumble under pressure. The man who has not mastered himself will always serve someone who has. To be immune to fear is not to be numb. It is to have discipline. You do not shake when challenged, because you already know who you are. You do not bend under pressure, because you've been hardened in solitude. You have faced your own mind, your weakness, your failures, your instincts, and emerged intact. Power does not come from shouting louder than your enemies. It comes from silence, from being the one who does not flinch, the one who sees everything and reacts only when necessary, the one who does not need to prove his strength because his restraint already proves it. Control is the highest form of strength. Those who lack it are easy to provoke, easy to manipulate, easy to bait. They confuse emotional outbursts with courage. They speak when they should listen. They act when they should wait. Their fear does not always look like fear. It looks like ego. It looks impulsive, but underneath it all is a desperate need to protect the fragile illusion of power they've built. Real power does not panic. It waits. It watches. It chooses the perfect moment. And when it moves, it is final. The man who fears no one cannot be bribed, cannot be blackmailed, cannot be emotionally cornered. Why? Because his desires do not control him. He is not a slave to his pleasures. He does not chase validation. He does not hunger for applause. He does not act out of need but out of choice. He has stripped away the illusions that make others predictable. He knows his worth. He knows his limit. He knows his mission. This is what makes him untouchable. You cannot control someone who has nothing to hide and nothing to prove. The world attempts to control you through your fears, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of isolation. It whispers, play small, or they won't accept you. It warns, stay quiet, or they'll punish you. And so, most men shrink themselves to fit inside a system designed to break them. But the man who has killed his fear no longer asks for permission. He is not careless. He is sovereign. He does not rebel for the sake of rebellion. He simply moves according to his own code. And that code is not easily broken. Even in the face of threats, he remains calm. His mind is trained to see beyond the moment. While others react to pressure with anxiety or anger, he remains surgical. He knows that fear clouds judgment, and so he refuses to operate from it. This clarity is his weapon. It allows him to see openings others miss. It allows him to wait while others rush. And it allows him to strike with devastating precision when the time is right. He is not loud. He does not need to be. His presence alone shifts the atmosphere because it carries the weight of someone who will not be moved. His enemies feel it. They see it in his eyes, in his posture, in the way he does not respond to provocation. There is no panic, no insecurity, no hunger to please. And that terrifies those who seek to dominate him because they cannot find leverage. They cannot predict him. They cannot own him. The man who fears no one has already walked through fire. He has already died 1,000 deaths in his mind. He has already lost, suffered, and risen. He does not fear being broken again because he has learned how to rebuild. His confidence is not loud, but it is absolute. It is the kind of certainty that cannot be taught. It is earned in solitude, in hardship, in quiet defiance of every voice that told him to kneel. What truly makes a man fearless is not arrogance. It is discipline, self-mastery, and a ruthless clarity of purpose. He does not chase safety. He creates it. He does not seek peace by appeasing others. He achieves it by being the kind of man no one wants to provoke. He is dangerous not because he wishes to harm, but because he has the strength not to. And when the time comes to act, he does so with a precision that leaves no room for resistance. You were not born to cower before the world. You were not made to flinch at the opinions of lesser men or to beg for approval from those who would never offer you power. The path to sovereignty is not paved with kindness, righteousness, or fear. It is carved in silence, forged through discipline, and marked by the cold decisions that others are too afraid to make. The man who fears no one is not without feeling. He is without illusion. He sees the world for what it is, not what he wishes it to be. He knows that power bows not to morality, but to will. That enemies will test you until you give them reason to stop. That respect is earned not through generosity, but through the quiet capacity for decisive action. He does not wait to be chosen. He chooses. He does not hope to be protected. He becomes dangerous. His power begins where fear ends, and fear ends when he learns to master himself. If you are tired of being underestimated, disrespected, overlooked, then understand this. You do not need to be loved. You do not need to be understood. You need to be undeniable. Fear no one, and the world will begin to fear you.